Here we are making the case that Shohei Ohtani is the best player in baseball. He is currently back and forth with Vlad Jr. in the AL MVP voting. He and Vladimir are tied for the home run leader. Currently, Vlad has a better average, but also has played 13 more games than Shohei. If I were a betting man, I think if Shohei had the exact same amount of games, he would be ahead of Vlad in most categories. Shohei is also one of the more exciting pitchers in baseball. Now in today's game, a lot of starting pitchers barely get to 6 innings. Not because of getting blown up early, but to reduce injury, and coaches use more of their bullpens now to keep their starting pitcher fresh between starts. You'll see a lot of times managers pull pitchers when they get to a certain pitch count. He currently holds a 2.70 ERA in only 10 games and 53 innings pitched. In the beginning of the season, he was pulled pretty early in the games, and he has had some injuries, and some people believe because of the fact that he can hit with the best of them out there. There really isn't a pitcher out there that can deliver what Shohei can outside of Jacob deGrom. Here's something for you. Ohtani was the first player to strike out 10 plus batters in a game and play the outfield since Harvey Haddix did it in 1953. He tied his own record for players that have hit 10 plus homers in a season and have at least one 10 strikeout game. With everything going on with the game today, Ohtani is showing something we just don't see. A starting pitcher who is winning games and striking players out is also batting towards the top of the lineup and leading in home runs. The only negative about this is 2 things. Mike Trout is still out with an injury, and the Angels aren't a great team. They haven't been for a while, and they have 2 gems in Trout and Ohtani. I was always under the impression that Mike Trout took the money and didn't really have too much interest in winning. You can't tell me that a team wouldn't have offered something along the lines that the Angels gave him. Any team in the league would have paid him as much as they could. Trout is a great player and a Hall of Famer, but I guess not every player has the highest desire to win the World Series, because the Angels won't. Not anyway yet. But the flip side of this is they have 2 attractive pieces that hopefully other players want to come and play with if they can lock up Ohtani into a long-term contract. Players like Trout, Ohtani, Rendon, and Upton are appealing pieces, so you never know what will happen. Overall, I don't think a player will rise up to Ohtani's level. Obviously, this is hard because he is also a starting pitcher who is really good, but the talent level is insane, and he will be sucking up all of the attention in the league, and it's well deserved. If he can be healthy, maybe he can be the face of the league. Now, there's other players like Tatis, and I think Nolan Arenado is still a pretty popular player, and you got Harper, and so there's other players out there, don't get me wrong. Think about it though. Baseball doesn't get enough attention, in my opinion. Trout is a Hall of Famer and basically the face of the league, with other guys that can be considered. But even when he was healthy, I heard more about Ohtani rather than Trout. If Ohtani finishes the season with a top 5 ERA and maybe a top 5 or 3 in home runs, I think that in itself is enough proof he's the best player in baseball. Anyway, that's my case. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.